Hello, this is Mrs. McCreary. Today we're going to continue talking about simple proportions using Pure Mathematics Section 40. So in Pure Mathematics Section 40 it says a simple proportion is the equality of two simple ratios and therefore contains four simple terms. And the usual problem is to find the fourth term having been given the first three terms. So the rule that they give you is to multiply the second and third terms together and divide by the first, and that lets you find your fourth term. So let's look at this first example that they have. Alright, so example 1. If 12 men earn 18 pounds, what will 15 men earn under the same circumstances? So our first term, or one term that we have, is 12 men. We have 18 pounds. 15 men, and then we have to figure out what the other men will earn. So there are four terms. Now in this situation, the difficult thing to do is to figure out where all of our terms are and where they need to be arranged. So in elementary treatise from our previous lecture, we would have had 12 men and 18 pounds together. Here, we're going to put, we're going to have similar labels together. So 12 men, 15 men is compared to 18 pounds and our unknown pounds. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3. So we will multiply our our second and third terms. So we end up with 15 times 18 and divide by the first divided by 12. Now, if we look at that in our elementary, if we look at that using the method we learned with elementary treatise, we would have 12 over 18 is equal to 15 over our unknown amount. And again, we would set that up as a compound fraction, 12 over 18 divided by 15 over our unknown amount, and we'd have our means and our extremes, so we would still get 18 times 15 divided by 12 gives us our unknown amount. So you can set it up in either way. In this case, we have unlike labels in the same fraction. In this case, we have like labels, similar labels together. Okay, let's look at example 2. If 18 men do a piece of work in 25 days, in what time will 20 men do it? So we have 18 men, 25 days, 20 men, and our unknown is the number of days. So again, sticking with the pure mathematics version, we know both of our values that are counting the men. So we have 18 compared to 20 is the same as 25 days compared to our unknown number of days. Okay, so again, we're going to use our rule of 3, multiply the second and third terms and divide by the first. So we're going to take 20 times 25 and divide by 18. Now again, using that other method, and that will again give us the number of days for the second group. Using the other method from elementary treatise, we would have 18 over 25 equals 20 over that variable that we have. So we would have 18 over 25 over 20 over our variable, means, extremes, 20 times 25 divided by 18. Okay, so again, It doesn't really matter which method you use. This rule of 3, you want to have your comparisons, your first and second term are going to have, first and second term are going to have similar units. They're going to be measuring the same thing, like here we had men, and oops, sorry, again we had men, and then your third and fourth will have, again, the similar units or terms. Whereas in this fraction method, we'd have, this would be our first, second, third, fourth. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. You just want to be thinking about what you're comparing and what you're looking for. As always, write down any questions and you can email them to me, or we will talk about them at the live chat. Thanks, guys.